Right, for many years, or for many, sorry, this year will be the last that they will work, and they're preparing to put their feet up and retire. Good for you folks. But the scary truth is fewer than half of Americans have calculated how much they need to save for retirement. If you're one of those people, time to get after it, folks. Here with me now is Kelly Famigletta, who is the Vice President of Charles Stephen right here in Albuquerque. Kelly, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So this is always it can be a scary question. We may think we're on the right track, and then something comes up and we're like, wow, we are actually way behind the ball. So when should we get started saving?
Absolutely, as soon as you possibly can. People vastly underestimate how much they need to save, and there's kind of the opinion that, oh, I'll worry about that later as I get closer. By then it's so hard to have enough money to retire because there's just not enough time to save what you need to save.
Right, and there's also a lot of things we think about what we currently earn now, but 30 years down the road, 20 years down the road, that may not be what it is today.
Absolutely.
I mean, you see with inflation, every year we're seeing less and less.
You can see that with the prices of milk at the grocery store. You can see that with movie tickets and, how much it costs to go to a movie now than it did 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So imagine then how much, you're going to need to be able to live on. And you may live into your 80s or your 90s. So you have to have enough money for 10, 20, 30 years, not just a few years.
So if we want to get started today, folks, their New Year's resolution is we're really going to get after our retirement. Where do we start?
First of all, get engaged. Know what you have. Know if your spending is out of control, if it's on track. Know where your debts are, know where your assets are. And if you have retirement accounts from lots of different employers that you're not paying attention to, pay attention to them.
Okay.
Then run some calculations. Figure out what you do need to be saving, what percentage of your income that is, and save it. Put it aside. Lots of different vehicles that you can use. You can use your employer's plan. If you don't have an employer plan, set up an IRA account. Use your savings account. If you need to save for college, there's 529 accounts for your children. Lots of places you can save, but the key is saving.
And really just putting as much away as we possibly can.
Systematically.
Regardless of what it is.
And if you know you're a person that has a hard time saving, that's where those employer plans and those IRAs come in handy because it comes right out of your paycheck. You don't have to be the one to put it in your savings, and you also can't access it easily. So you can't just rate it when something comes up.
Which I know a lot of people do. I mean, I'm definitely guilty of that. Fortunately, my wife is the one she'll put the brakes on my spending quite a bit. But I think that it's really important to be able to have something that it is not that easy to dip into. If you're so used to, well, I'll put it off for another day, I'll put it off for another day. So really, 2014 should be the year. We've talked about it on Two Casa Mornings. 2014 is the year of action. So this year, the phrase is get into action, start saving money.
Yep.
Well, so obviously, of course, we also want to be able to talk to a professional about this. I know that these can be very scary waters to tread if you don't know what you're doing. So how can we get in touch with you and maybe set up a consultation, an appointment, and look at what we've got and where we should go?
You can certainly contact me at the company that we work at. It's Charles Stephen. You can look us up online. The information, the phone number. I don't know if there'll be a screen that makes it available.
We will definitely have stuff on our website at casa.com under the Casa Style blog with all of Kelly's information. But really, one of the best ways to do it is come sit down, have a conversation with you, one of your associates, and figure out where we are, where we want to be, and how we connect A to B.
Absolutely. Use your experts. Don't feel bad if this isn't something that comes easy, that it's not something that you instantly recognize as this is how much I need to save, this is what I need to do. That's what the experts are there for. In the same way that you go to experts for other things in your life, it's so important. And just Googling it, information isn't knowledge. So yeah, you have to sit down with someone that you feel good about, that you trust, and that you know is there to help you and on your side to get you where you need to go.
That's great. Well, Kelly, really great information. Pleasure meeting you. Pleasure talking with you this morning about retirement. And hopefully folks out there will be called to action to get their retirement in order with you this year.
Thank you.